You walk into the bedroom at night, the lights are soft, your partner gives you that look, and your brain goes, yes, let's do this. But your body quietly whispers, can we not run a marathon tonight? If just imagining a 45-minute workout already makes your knees file a complaint, this video is for you. You have been told for years that you need long, sweaty gym sessions to stay in shape, to protect your heart, to keep things working in the bedroom. And honestly, for a lot of men over 60, that advice feels like a punishment, not a solution. So tonight, let's flip that whole idea on its head. Over 60, forget marathon workouts. You do not need to suffer through an hour on a treadmill just to have decent blood flow where it matters. What you really need is a smart, gentle 7-minute routine that your body can actually stick with. A routine that acts like a quick daily flush for your blood vessels. So your heart works more efficiently, your circulation improves, and yes, your stamina in bed gets a quiet little upgrade. Stay with this video because by the end you will have a full 7-minute plan you can do in your living room. No machines, no gym membership, no beast mode. Just you, a chair, maybe a wall, and a body that wants to cooperate again. And if you are thinking 7 minutes cannot possibly do anything, you are exactly the person who needs to hear the next part. But here is what most men do not know. Studies looking at men with erection problems found that regular movement over a few months actually improved their scores on sexual performance tests even when they did not change anything else. Not bodybuilder training. Just consistent, sensible exercise. In one review, men who added around 150 to 200 minutes of moderate walking type exercise per week over several months moved from struggling territory to much more stable performance. In everyday language, that is like going from a car that only starts every third turn of the key to a car that starts almost every time you try. The surprise is this. You do not have to do all those minutes in one brutal session. Short focused bursts you can actually repeat day after day are often more realistic and more sustainable at your age. Your body cares that you move regularly, not that you impress the 20-year-olds in the weight room. Now let's bring this down from research talk to your living room. Picture this. It is early evening. You have just finished dinner. Instead of sinking straight into the couch for 2 hours of TV, you stand up. You set a timer for 7 minutes. And you tell yourself, I can do anything for 7 minutes. That little decision, repeated 4 to 6 times a week, can slowly retrain your heart, your blood vessels, and your bedroom confidence. Let's talk about why 7 smart minutes can beat 60 miserable ones. Think of your blood vessels like the pipes in an older house. If water only trickles through once in a while, rust and gunk start building up. The flow gets weaker, the pressure drops. Now imagine turning the tap on strongly just for a short time every day. You are not flooding the house, but you are flushing the pipes. Your body works the same way. Short bouts of slightly higher effort make your heart beat faster. They tell your blood vessels, open up, we have got work to do. That improved flow does not just help your legs or your lungs, it helps the smaller, more private blood vessels too. And that is exactly what you need for firmer, more reliable erections and better stamina in bed. Now, before you panic about high intensity, understand this. High intensity for a 25-year-old is sprinting up a hill until they want to throw up. High intensity for you might simply be marching on the spot until you hear your breath deepen and feel your heart working. We are not trying to turn you into an Olympic sprinter. We are trying to help you last longer than your phone notification sound. Let's bring in a real story. Tom is 62, retired engineer. He used to hear doctors say, you should jog for 40 minutes at least 3 times a week. His knees answered, absolutely not. So he did what most men do. Nothing. His stamina dropped. His waist grew. And in the bedroom, he started to worry long before he started to move. Then his son sent him a short home workout video. 7 minutes. Mostly gentle moves. No jumping, no weights. Tom laughed at it at first. But one evening, he tried. He did knee lifts beside the couch. He pushed against the wall like a slow-motion push-up. He sat down and stood up from a dining chair. By the end, he was a little warm, breathing a bit deeper but not destroyed. For the first time, he thought I could keep doing this. 2 weeks later, he noticed stairs were easier. 4 weeks later, his morning erections were more frequent and more solid. 8 weeks later, his partner told him, "You feel stronger and more present." Same man. Different habit. Now let's build your 7-minute routine. You can think of it as 3 simple blocks. Block 1 wakes up your circulation. Block 2 gently challenges your muscles and heart. Block 3 cools you down so you feel good afterward, not wrecked. Here is a sample version you can adapt. Remember, always check with your doctor before starting. If you have heart disease, chest pain, very high blood pressure, or you are unsure about your limits. Block 1, warm up about 2 minutes total. Stand tall beside a chair or wall. March in place for 30 seconds, lifting your knees as high as is comfortable. Then roll your shoulders back and down for 30 seconds, opening your chest. Next, gently swing your arms forward and back while shifting your weight from one foot to the other for another 30 seconds. Finally, do heel raises holding the back of the chair if needed. Lift your heels off the ground, squeeze your calves, then lower slowly for 30 seconds. By now, you should feel a light warmth and slightly deeper breathing, not gasping, just awake. Block 2, the heart and legs block about 4 minutes. This is where the bedroom benefits really start building. Because what powers erections is blood flow and endurance. Exercise one-step touch or side steps. For 40 seconds, step to the right, bring the left foot in, then to the left, bring the right foot in. Let your arms swing loosely. Move as big or as small as feels safe. Then rest or march slowly in place for 20 seconds. That is 1 minute. Exercise 2, sit to stand from a chair. Plant your feet under your knees. Lean forward slightly, stand up, squeeze your glutes, then slowly sit back down. Do this for 40 seconds. If you need your hands on the chair at first, that is fine. Rest or slow march for 20 seconds. Exercise 3, wall push-ups. Stand an arm's length from a wall. Place your hands on the wall at chest level. Bend your elbows, bringing your chest toward the wall, then push back. Do this for 40 seconds. Rest or gentle march for 20 seconds. Exercise 4, mini march with higher knees. For 40 seconds, march a bit more energetically. Lift your knees a little higher than in the warm-up. Pump your arms lightly. Then cool it down for 20 seconds. If 4 rounds feel like too much at first, start with 2. If it feels easy, you can repeat a favorite move. Your goal is simple. For parts of these 4 minutes, you want to be just out of your comfort zone. You can still talk, but you would not sing. That level is enough to tell your heart and blood vessels to wake up. Block 3, cool down about 1 minute. Slow your marching until you are just gently shifting weight from foot to foot. Roll your shoulders again. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your heart rate drift back down, and that is it. 7 minutes. It fits between TV shows. It fits while the kettle is boiling. It even fits before a shower if you want to pre-warm the system. Here is your first fast win. The very first time you do this, you may notice one thing right away. Your body feels more awake. Your hands and feet a bit warmer. Your breathing smoother. That awake feeling is exactly what you want in your blood vessels. Remember, erections are basically a rush of blood into a flexible chamber. If your whole system is sluggish, that rush is more like a slow drip. But when you regularly nudge your circulation with simple movement, you are training the system to respond faster and stronger. Now, some men ask, is 7 minutes really enough? By itself, 7 minutes will not replace all the benefits of those 150-minute per week recommendations. But here is the key. 7 minutes you actually do is better than 45 minutes you never start. For many men over 60, a small, realistic routine becomes the gateway to doing more. One day you do 7. Next week you might repeat the block twice and get 14. Over a month, you suddenly find yourself much closer to those recommended totals without ever feeling like you were in workout prison. Let's talk safety and smart pacing. If you have heart disease, chest pain, uncontrolled blood pressure, or you are on certain heart or blood pressure medicines, ask your doctor what level of exertion is safe first. Start at your current fitness, not at your memory of yourself at 30. If marching in place for 40 seconds is too much, do 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off. If getting up from the chair is hard, use your hands on the armrests. If wall push-ups bother your shoulders, simply push your hands into the wall and gently lean your body weight in and out. You are not trying to impress anyone. You are trying to coach your body back into being a reliable teammate in life and in bed. Now, how does this tie directly to stamina in bed? Most men think bedroom stamina is purely about down there. It isn't. It is a full-body cardio event. Your heart, your lungs, your legs, your core, they are all working behind the scenes while you are trying to stay present, connected, and confident. If you are gassed after climbing one flight of stairs, of course you feel nervous about going 10 or 15 minutes in bed. Short, regular routines like this raise your baseline. You get less winded doing everyday stuff. Your heart handles effort better. So when you are intimate, your body does not feel like it is being thrown into a surprise stress test. Instead, it feels like, oh, we have done this kind of effort before. We are okay. Here is a number most men never hear. In controlled trials, men with erection issues who added regular aerobic exercise improved their erection scores by a few points on a standardized scale, enough to shift categories toward better function. That might sound small on paper, but in real life, those few points can be the difference between usually not firm enough and often firm enough for satisfying sex. Even men with milder problems showed benefits. So movement is not just for the guys in crisis. It is for any man who wants to protect what he still has. And remember, those studies often used walking, cycling, or similar moderate activities for about 150 minutes per week. Your 7-minute routine can be a way to stack up those minutes over time without feeling overwhelmed. Let's circle back to a second real-life example. Miguel is 68. He remarried a few years ago. With a new younger partner, he felt pressure to perform like a superhero. He thought that meant he had to train like a superhero. So he joined a gym, pushed too hard on the machines, and after one scary, dizzy spell, he quit everything. For almost a year, he just avoided the topic. His confidence dropped. His interest dropped. His relationship started to feel more like roommates than lovers. Then his doctor suggested something different. Not go destroy yourself at the gym. Just move a bit more most days at a level where you can still speak in full sentences. Miguel started with a simple 7-minute circuit at home, almost exactly like the one you heard. 3 days a week at first, then 4. After 4 weeks, he noticed 2 big things. He could carry groceries without feeling wiped, and he stopped secretly dreading sex. Because his body no longer felt like it would tap out in 5 minutes. That change in mindset was huge. He even joked with his partner, "I am in training camp again," and she smiled because she could feel the difference. Now let's make this even more practical for you. When should you do this 7-minute routine? Many men over 60 like late afternoon or early evening. You are more warmed up than in the morning. You have had time to eat and move around. And it serves as a bridge between daytime responsibilities and evening connection time. You can also use it earlier in the day as a general energy boost. Just avoid doing it right after a huge meal or immediately before going to bed. And you do not have to do this right before sex for it to work. This is not like taking a pill an hour before. This is about reconditioning your whole system over weeks and months, so the default setting of your body is more supportive, more responsive, and more confident. Now for a hidden trap. A lot of men say, "I walk every day, so I am covered." Walking is great. Keep walking. But if your walk is always the same slow pace on the same flat path where you never breathe harder, your heart barely notices the difference. It is like lightly rinsing a dirty dish without soap. You will remove some crumbs, but the grease stays. To really help your circulation and stamina, you need moments where your body says, "Oh, this is a bit of a challenge." Not a crisis, a challenge. That is why these 40-second slightly harder efforts followed by 20-second easier periods are so powerful. They create tiny waves of effort that your heart and blood vessels adapt to over time. And those adaptations show up later when you are in bed and wanting your body to back up your desire. Let's talk about how to adjust this routine as you grow fitter. After a few weeks, you might notice that your breathing recovers faster. The 7 minutes feel shorter. That is a good sign. You have 3 simple options. Option 1, keep the same exercises but make your movements a bit bigger. Lift your knees higher. Sit down and stand up a tiny bit faster, still in control. Option 2, keep the same effort but add one more round of your favorite 2 exercises, turning 7 minutes into 10. Option 3, add a short walk before or after the routine, even 5 to 10 minutes to gently increase total movement. Choose the option that feels most realistic in your life, not the one that sounds most heroic, because heroic plans fail. Realistic plans last. Now, what can you reasonably expect if you stick with this 4 to 6 days per week? In about 2 weeks, many men notice daily tasks feeling easier, less puffing on stairs, less stiffness in the hips and knees afterward. In about 4 weeks, energy through the day often feels more steady. Mood improves. Some men report more frequent or firmer morning erections as circulation and overall cardiovascular health respond. In about 8 to 12 weeks, the combination of better blood flow, stronger leg and core muscles, and higher confidence can translate into more comfortable, longer-lasting sexual activity. Not magic. Just physiology plus consistency. And perhaps the most underrated benefit is psychological. You feel like you are doing something active to protect your masculinity and your relationship, not just waiting for things to get worse. So here is the real choice in front of you. You can keep believing that exercise only counts if it is long, painful, and gym approved. In that world, you will probably keep doing nothing. Or you can accept a new idea. That at your age, smart, short, repeated effort beats occasional exhausting attempts. 7 honest minutes can be the difference between slowly sliding downhill and gently climbing back to a place where you trust your body again. Over 60, your body is not asking you to be a marathon runner. It is asking you to be a little less still, a little more consistent, and a lot kinder to your future self. So here is what to do next. Pick a time of day you are most likely to stick with. Maybe just before your evening TV, maybe right after your afternoon tea. Commit to trying this 7-minute routine 3 times this week. Not forever, just this week. Write it on a calendar or put 3 reminders on your phone. After you finish each session, put a small check mark. Let those small checks remind you that you are not too old to change. Your age does not disqualify you. It just changes the strategy. And if you have a partner, let them know what you are doing. You do not have to overshare details. You can simply say, I am working on my stamina and my health for both of us. Most partners will hear that as a deep sign of care. Before we end, one gentle reminder. This video is for education and motivation. It cannot replace a personal conversation with your doctor who knows your heart, your medications, and your medical history. If you feel chest pain, strong dizziness, or unusual shortness of breath during any exercise, stop immediately and get checked. Use this routine as one tool in a bigger plan. Better sleep, better food. Less smoking, less heavy drinking if those are in the picture. And more honest conversations about sex and health. You deserve a body that supports your desire, not one that constantly argues with it. You may be over 60. But your circulation, your stamina, and your confidence are still very trainable. 7 minutes at a time. Starting today.